Welcome back to the Back 40 with your host Clifton Moser on WUMM 91.7 Machias, broadcasting live from the Ollie Henderson Memorial Studio and online at www.machias.edu/WUMM. That was Colie Brice with Gemini Suite featuring Fiddle, and Picky from 2013's Eastported. Before that, we had Colie Brice with Following Bliss from 2013's Eastported. Before that, we had Colie Brice with How Ostara Got Her Groove Back from 2013's April Rain. Before that, we had Colie Brice with April Rain from 2013 album of the same name. And we started everything off with Colie Brice's 17G, sorry about that, tribute to Jerry from 1996's New Age Blues. And if you don't know the theme by now, we have the wonderful and amazing Colie Brice here with us today.
Hello.
So, getting back to the music, hopefully you guys have been, I know I've been loving this and listening to the backstories on some of these songs. Fiddle, and Picky was one that I wanted to touch on next because not only have you played with these individuals, I saw you playing at the late 2005 Pirate Festival down in Eastport, which is a big shindig down there.
Yes.
You also produced a CD for them, which I have, and it's an amazing CD as well.
Well, actually, two CDs, really. Well, one album called Autumn in Eastport by Fiddle, and Picky. And I have to say, Denise McCurdy is just... It's not that I'm a fiddle player or even a qualified aficionado of fiddle players, but there's something about how that woman plays that just touches my soul. She just has that certain tang and twang and sweetness in her playing. I just am such a fan of her musicianship. So I'm not quite sure how that came. Oh yeah. All right. So the Autumn in Eastport album, basically, John and Denise had been invited to play some soiree, swanky event from the Eastport Chamber of Commerce. Unfortunately, they also have a home in Comfort, Texas, and being snow chickens, afraid of the cold, they weren't going to be in Eastport in December. So they were wondering if I could record them so that they could provide a CD of their music to play as background for the event instead. And I was like, yeah, we can do that. Well, it was a simple recording, but I put like a really nice ribbon mic on her fiddle and a nice condenser mic on his guitar, and I put them in this tiny little foyer in my upstairs of my house, and the recording came out nice and warm, and they decided to release it as an album.
Cool.
And people like it. And then last winter, I actually produced a soundtrack for a puppet show that Denise wrote called Tales of Quoddy Bay.
Yes, I remember that.
And she basically came over with John with these sketches of these silly songs about Tales of Quoddy Bay. And she encouraged me to be as eccentric as possible with her music. And I did caution Denise. I was like, Denise, I know we've only known each other a couple of years, but do you know who you're asking to do this? Because this could go down some pretty crazy places for a kid's puppet show. I was like, be careful what you ask for. So basically, we have like the Sergeant Pepper of puppet shows.
God.
Sergeant Puppet.
Lonely Heart String Band.
So that came out last summer and was really well received. And lo and behold, I don't know if I should be spilling the beans on this, but we're working on a second CD for a second chapter of the ongoing Tales of Quoddy Bay.
Sweet, that's wonderful. It's always good to see a seed planted start to grow. It's always nice to see that.
Yeah, the McCurdys are just lovely human beings, and it's always enjoyable working with Denise because being so talented, she's got an amazing ear. She can hear a bad note or minor fluctuation in timing. She's eagle ears. So she makes me, really give my best.
step up your game
Yeah.
to that level.
Yeah, so it's always challenging working with her because she will have some pretty significant expectations and hopes, and because I have so much respect for her, I really don't ever want to let her down. So far so good. She's real happy with working with me, and she's continued to hire me as her producer. So.
And the CD itself is a very solid CD of folk and country, and it's a very nice looking CD as well, because being in the radio station, I've looked at thousands of CDs, thousands of different people.
Are you talking about the puppet one or Autumn and Eastport?
Autumn and Eastport.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked at the Autumn and the puppet one, but I will look at it. But it was the Autumn and Eastport that really got me, because it was a very simplistic but elegant design. It was beautiful music, and it was beautifully mastered. There wasn't a lot of how do I put this audio somersaults and unnecessary stuff going on. It was simple. It was wonderful, and I'm really glad that they were able to do something on your CD, Eastported. And the Gemini Suite also.
Well, basically, that song that you played from Eastported, that was recorded the same day that I recorded Autumn and Eastport. That's why there's a similar sound quality. After we were done, I was like, hey, you guys want to jam? And it came out so good. I think I called it Awakening October on that album, or something like that.
On this one, it says Gemini Suite.
Oh, okay, it is Gemini. Yeah, that's traditionally what it's. I wrote that piece a long time ago, and it's been recorded through various lineups, but it really never felt like it was played the way it would. When I wrote that, I almost wanted to have kind of like a Celtic harvest vibe, like this kind of like, hey, like just that last full moon with the bonfire going. And
the summer has been bountiful. We have harvested. Now it is time to celebrate.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted that piece to be, and I had recorded it and made some decent recordings, but when she played it with her fiddle lines that she was just improvising, and John McCurdy, he was playing rhythm on it. He's not a real fancy guitar player, but he's a Texas gentleman, and there's a certain Texas campfire quality in his acoustic guitar that just, there's an intangible kind of flavor to it that I really thought lent itself to that tune. So I was extremely grateful to capture that moment with them.